Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Man, it's Sunday morning, y'all. I know some of y'all probably in church today. This Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. You know the vibe. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. Click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Man, I need y'all to get on up in here. What's good? Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday, an amazing Sunday, and a good, just altogether a good Sunday. I've just got off the phone with my brother Rat, right? And Rat, like myself, he's part of that section that he was there, from just as long as I was, you know what I mean? Because when we moved on Spring Street, man, there was the Kitchens, there was the Lynches, the Johnsons, the Burdens, a few other families, right? And we all relatively roomed there around about the same time. But my brother Rat, right? He has a sharp memory about the things that happened, occurred, and that where other people run lapse in judgment or lapse in memory, or sometime try to fit themselves in a time frame that doesn't necessarily fit our time frame, and our time frame was just beyond theirs. But none, needless to say, we had just a wonderful conversation, and I was appreciative of the conversation because he see things that's going on. He just was relating it to me, and it was, I was like, Rat, no worries, I got it. I get it, I understand it. I understand why some people feel where they feel, but at the end of the day, they can't comprehend nor fit themselves in a time space that doesn't open up for them at that moment. So without further ado, I just want to introduce myself. I am Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. For those who don't know me, thought leader, influencer, content creator. I am the host of this show, and it's Sunday, and I just want to, wake you guys up. Try something different. Try to come in on a Sunday morning, man. Like on much love and respect to you, bro. I appreciate you, man. California Republic and Big Steve. Also, I appreciate you. So we're here to talk about our beloved brother. Rest in peace. We lost a great one, Captain Shaheed Muhammad. I first met Shaheed Muhammad in 1986, and that was through Debbie and Cookie Hayes. Cookie used to have the pager shot back in the day on bullets. All the ballers was after her. She was at, that fine piece. Everybody was going after, Mike Williams, Pat, Yaya, just a number of dudes was just after this chick, man, because she was, highly sought after, just, very business savvy. And that's just what it was, right? But Captain Shahid, right, probably one of the first individuals that sparked an interest in me, or the way he spoke to me gave me it just put me on a real high level of trying to achieve this greatness of becoming a better person as a black individual. No, don't get me wrong. My father was very pivotal in my life, but I'm talking about from a militant mind perspective. A militant mind perspective. Captain Shahid was one of the first guys that spoke to me in terms I never heard before. And I just want to come in and say a few good things about Captain Shahid because he was that brother, man. Real tall brother, light skinned, like 6'7", 6'5", somewhere in there. He probably could have been an NBA basketball player, but yet he chose to be about his people. He chose to demonstrate the leadership and what it was to be a strong, black, positive man and role model. That's just what Captain Shahid was, and I had to come in and say a couple of words about him. One of the things he taught me, right? One of the first things I remember he said to me, right? He asked me, brother, when you go to a restaurant, how do you order your food? I said, well, may I have a shrimp dinner? May I have a hamburger? May I have whatever? You know what I mean? And he looked at me, he said, brother, that is incorrect. And I'm trying to figure out where is he going with this, right? He said, when I go to the restaurant, I say, I'll take a hamburger. I'll take a shrimp dinner. And the reason why he said, because I just may just do that, take it. Because based on the 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 um the trauma and what I have been subjected to in this country, I feel that just a small token of the reparations owed to the black man. Because I just may take it. And right then and there when he said that to me, and I'm like, wow, I never heard that before. You know what I mean? It was like, it's like revealing to me. It got my mind to working, you know what I mean? And another thing, this is like one of the first times I was hearing that, you never allow, and I'm gonna say the word, you never allow the nigger in you to get up before the black man in you. Because the ninja is the negative aspect of social engineering. That's what it is. But the black man himself represent the God spirit, the positivity, the greatness from which you came. See, because divisiveness is an agent of the ninja. Divisiveness is an agent. It's a tool that is used in that aspect. Degradation is also another agent of that situation. So always don't never let the ninja in you wake up before the black man, because the ninja will lead you into all kind of things that are not purposed in a black life, a black woman or a black man's life. They have no purpose. It has no meaning. But the black man, he has a purpose. He has a meaning. He has a direction. He has a sense of culture and awareness of who he is. And this is what we saw when we saw the nation of Islam, the fruit of Islam, the best of Islam, when we saw them dressed in their suits, tied, knotted, and tied and sharp, really sharp. When you saw these men and women looking really distinguished, smart, educated, face clear, eyes clear, everything about them just was neat and immaculate. You can totally respect that. You could totally respect that. And Shahid was the epitome of that. Captain Shahid, he led the way. He came by my house one day, because we had some business dealings, right? He came by my house one day in a brand new yellow Corniche rose, man. I never forget it, man. I was a bit upset about that, you know what I mean? Because I didn't, you know what I mean? But he was clearly just showing me that these things, they're very attainable and reachable. You don't have to do nothing crazy to have them, because greatness is in you. See, because when you understand that in one single ejaculation, there are 20 million live living organisms bursting, riding through the fallopian tube, waiting to become life. It takes in a 72-hour process, maybe 1,500 to actually make it out of that 20 million, make it to the adult wall. Only 2 or 3 will remain strong enough to swim actually to be on course to hit an egg, but only one made it. That's me, that's you, that's him, that's her, that's them. See, because that made you a winner coming into this, what we now know is the so-called game of life. And these are the people. I remember growing up that my father on Fridays, he would buy a brick of whiting. He would buy Muhammad Speaks, the newspaper. He would get the Muhammad Speaks, he'd get a pie, and he would and them brothers would sit down in our living room and they would have just a heavy discussion. See, because I didn't come from a religious family. We were never made to go to church. We were never made to go to mosque. We were never made to go any type of religious setting. But my father had that black dynamic, that black culture, that black sense of what he needed to instill in his children to make them be, to look at things from a contrarian point of view. Contrarian meaning that you don't follow populists or you don't follow the popular opinion because everybody is being Christian or this or that. You automatically fall in line. It's not who we are as a people. We have to challenge these things. We have to push back. We have to investigate. We have to see, is this program conducive to what we are? And the Nation of Islam represented that because they had discipline, they had rules, they had the 5 pillars, they had the 7 articles. See, and those made them principle, and all that is based on universal principle. It's not nothing that's out of our peripheral. It's just that the greater society blocked this lesson from us. They don't want you to get it. Good morning to you, God, property. They don't want you to get it. They want you to remain in a state of confusion. And the state of confusion often comes with the things that you overindulge in. Dispensary medical marijuana, that's an overindulgence. Because you didn't grow it yourself. You don't know what's in it. You grow it yourself, then you know exactly what's in it. See how easy that works? But we're so trusting in what they do in society, even with the Similacs and all that thing. What a lot of people don't know that a lot of that stuff was being made out of China, and they're not gonna tell you this. And it became unhealthy. It became unhealthy. And a lot of this stuff is being made in Wuhan, the same place where the coronavirus or the COVID-19 come from. Is that a coincidence? So it's befitting when Captain Shaheed told me to read The Theology of Time and the Message to the Black Man. He said it'll change your whole different perspective. And it did. And it did. Made me hunger for more, made me want to go and listen to those lessons and listen to those teachings that talked about our people, our greatness from which we came. When I first heard the Yakub theory, I was like, wow, this is deep. This is some deep stuff. The Yakub theory, the big ass scientist from the item of Patmos who experimented with the gene and split it and spliced it until he created the white man. This is phenomenal stuff, right? Yeah, so yeah, that is crazy when you understand that this government, this country has allowed China to make a lot of different products that we now use. In the 60s and 70s, that had happened because everything was made here in the U.S. We didn't rely on other people, but they have subcontracted out. You know, they subcontract us. We are now commodities. We are now being traded on the open market from birth. This is part of why when you look at your birth certificate, there's a set of numbers on it. So all you gotta do is take a look. They're there. Mike Marks, what's up, King Mike Marks? You in there? Anthony Osborne, salute to you, man. Yeah, and Mike Marks, man, you getting there, man. Mayweather, what's good? Lights out. What's going on with you, bro? William Bloom, what's happening? How you guys? And my guy, Asiatic Supreme, man. This is why when you hear him say we the makers and the owners of civilization, we're the cream. That is not mistaken. That's who we are. We are the Anunnaki. We just don't realize it. Just don't realize it. So some of those teachers from Dr. Malachi York was spot on. That's why he got over 100 and some years in a federal penitentiary in ADX. He's somewhere stored, man. They don't want him saying preaching to you guys. guys teaching you this stuff. Had to get rid of him. This is why they got rid of Fred Hampton. This is why they got rid of Bunchy Carter and all these other guys. And they turn Huey P. Newton into a dope thing. It's diabolical, man. It's very diabolical. And we all have to be careful of what we give ourselves to. Because what you give yourself to is what you believe in. And that become your system from what you practice. I didn't want to, take up a whole lot of time because I wanted to talk about the Captain Shaheed, how much a wonderful brother he was, inspirational, inspiring, studious, always teaching, always giving a powerful word. That was powerful when the brother told me, man, I don't, he said, that's begging. May I please have? He said, that's begging. I'll take a hamburger. I'll take a swim dinner. Powerful brother, man. He would have brother Abdullah with him. Uh, Kept him shoulders holsters on him. Abdullah Rashad and his son Daoud. I went to his house, sister house over there on Muriel in Linwood. Anybody who knows. When I say that, they know what I'm talking about. You know, brother Yahya. So I met all these guys, man. Very Bob Murphy. Bob Murphy was around in that time too. Bob Murphy, of course. Yeah, that's how I met Bob through all them. Today's supreme mathematics is wisdom. Wisdom of all things being born to understand. Yes, exactly. Exactly. But how do we accomplish the feat of bringing our people into that mindset, that sort of thinking? Get out of that divisiveness, that degradation, and that jealousy and the hatred. Allow brothers to speak their truth and from their perspective, their behalf, without you standing on the side trying to destroy that brother. So that's brothers purposely in this setting, in this spirit, that purposely try to, how should I say, disavow or put a muzzle on what I say or how I believe or how I articulate what I'm saying to you. And they try to make themselves seem like they just great. I don't care about being a great mighty gangbanger. That's not, I don't care about that. That's nonsensical to me. Because all you get from that is where you from, where your pants off your butt. It's a certain particular look. That look is very revealing. Uh, you can see it coming a miles away. And it's a representation of what ignorance look like on two legs. And I ain't trying to put nobody down. I'm just telling you, you got to move away from that and start thinking on a level of intelligence, integrity, and principle in order to become who God really intended you to be. See, the words I speak come from up above because I pray on the situation and circumstances which I articulate and give the message. I ask God to increase me in intellect, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and purify my heart. And let whatever my tone or whatever my speech is or whatever's in my heart reflect what he ministered to man and mankind. See, that's important. That's important. Now we can talk this gang stuff all day long, but that's a lower frequency. That's minuscule. Where we at is on a universal plane. And once we get back to the universal thinking, then we become infinite. Any of this gang stuff, whether it's Damu Kiwe, Hoover, Paru, Crip Blood, however you want to frame it, DDs, Vice Lords, Stones, whatever, however you want to articulate that. That's minuscule. See? That's minuscule. Because nothing comes from it but the anger and aggression against another black man. CK colored man killing black, BK black man killing. So when you're talking in these terms and you saying things in the framework of which is we can build on, because it's all about building. It's all about building. People will come in and ridicule, deride, point fingers, or try to minimize what you're saying and doing based on their personal agenda. Their personal agenda is so far off the mark, so far off the mark. But one thing you won't hear me do is do a whole lot of cursing. I may drop one here and there, but that's not important. What is important is that the message that you get be MIP, make it plain. That's what MIP is. I try to make it plain to where you can understand it, the importance and the vital, how vital it is for us to get on code, to get on black code, to get on black watch. Because out of darkness came the light. And you don't get to the light until you understand what is the knowledge, the 360 degree of knowledge and supreme mathematics. When you understand that everything around you has mathematics in it, science, mathematics, biology, chemistry, and physics. If you don't incorporate these things into your daily activities, you remain in average state. You remain in critical condition. Critical condition because you suffer from information malnutrition. You are information poor because you refuse to grow, because you only want to believe in Long Beach Boulevard. You want to believe in Hoover. You want to believe in Hoover Street. You want to believe in Crenshaw Street. You want to believe in Rosecrans. Those are very limited accusations or acquisitions. Very limited. Once again, infinite versus finite. Thank you. Thank you, man. Grinder. Crenshaw Grinder. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. We can't, we can't, what's happening is that we will become a permanent underclass. And I think that not all of us will be subjected to that, but a good portion of us, those who refuse to grow, those who refuse to learn, those who refuse to know that this side is becoming a debit society, a credit society. Everything will be used and purchased through debit, forms of debit cards and chips and stuff like that. They're eliminating a lot of stuff. They're going to eliminate the infirm, which is the old and sickly. They're going to eliminate the people that's permanently damaged as far as their thinking, as far as having a game perspective or think in the framework of harming one another in order to get over, in order to have food on the table, or in order to have this and that. You ain't got to go out and steal, rob, and hurt people to have that stuff. All you got to do is use your mind. You put what God gave you, and then find out what is good. Those things is good, and practice those things and perfect them and become great at them. See, I think these young brothers and sisters are better and more insightful in music. You become what you party to. Yeah, yeah, that's true. It's already going down. Pay attention. God properly hit it. It's already going down. Just pay attention. You know. But so many are focused on the wrong things, and they think that if they somehow out talk or loud, see the loudest voice in the room isn't the most intelligent voice in the room. It's just loud voice. So we can't, just like the guy with the biggest muscles and all that stuff, that don't make him the baddest man. But if you go by physical appearance, then I guess maybe they are. I don't know. I'll let you figure that out. It's important that we continue to grow. Even Minister Farrakhan, he gave a speech about the Swan song. I don't know how many people went and heard that. Go back and listen to it. It's on YouTube. Go listen to the Swan song and understand what he was saying in that. You know, I'm not telling you to be a Muslim. All I'm telling you is to follow the information. The information is there. It's on purpose to why he does what he does. You know, and I understand that they have a need to survive and they do what they do, but yet nothing they have done has been harmful to you. However, the church is a different story. Catholicism authorized your enslavement. Judaism stood by and watched it, and they participated in it as well. They made big business and money off of your backs, your ancestors' backs. You see, that's why I had to reassign my DNA and free myself from ancestral trauma and mastered soul lessons and cultivated space for the abundance that I speak now to allow it to flow. But I know some people wouldn't understand that. But that's just what it is. In order to get the truth, you got to first take the lies out. What up, Al, JW? What's going on with you, man? Just up this morning, man, talking about the brother Captain Shaheed Muhammad. Good brother, stood tall, did a lot, provided that security, man. You know, he kept that security, man. I've been around those brothers, man. They was on the top, you know. They was on the top of the line with it, man. You know, you needed that security, man. Captain Shahid would bring the security team and put it around you, man. That would be virtually unbeatable. That's what they did do. But anyway, it's Sunday morning. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. As for me, I will enjoy my day, and I got a couple of videos. I haven't dropped them yet, but I still got them. Uh, I had to rush on last night because they try to insinuate that somebody has shot and killed my beloved brother Crip Mac. You know, I know a lot of people disagree with some of the things, but Crip Mac does say some important things. He showed that he has a willing to give and all that, but he needs to tone down on his rhetoric. I get that. He needs to remove some of them tattoos. I get that because it interferes with the message in itself. It interferes with his real true work is. And in time, I think he will grow to that. I think he will grow to that in time. Hopefully, it's in sooner than later. So he's doing okay. ODM, talk with ODM Slim. He rushed over there, talked to Bright All. Shout out to Bright All, Urban Real. Shout out to ODM Slim. Shout out to Rennie Loke. Talked to her. We talked to Lupe. And Slim wasn't answering the phone until he got there, man. Once Slim got there and saw him, man, he had that Crip back in there laid up, man, like a lumberjack, man. Like he been cutting down trees all day long, sleep, sawing wood, man. You should imagine. He was so happy to see his face and smiling, you know what I mean, knowing that he was okay. You know, that's what it is, man. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Going back, when it comes to this 70, from 72 all up through the 70s, and a good portion of the 80s, I really know this stuff. I really know the history of it. I know who was there, who wasn't there. I know even when people were saying they were there, they was all man, it might have been incarceration. So a lot of they stories reflect around prison, you know. But there's all kind of stories. Everybody have a story, and everybody get a chance to tell it in the way they want to tell it. It's your story. You tell it how you want to. It's not going to affect me, impact me in any kind of way, but at some point, the truth shall reveal itself. With that being said, I hope you guys all have a great day. I'm going to jump out of here. Peace and blessings. Continue to grow, be good, be safe, most of all, be well, and ask the Creator to increase you in information, knowledge, and understanding. Therefore, He will guide your walk and guide your way, because His word is a lamp to your walk and a light to your path. That's just, and that's Bible right there. I use the Bible as well. I read the Bible. It's a light to my path and a lamp to my walk. Something in that order. So continue to do that, man. Continue to grow and continue to use the scriptures to frequency your higher frequency, higher vibe. Stop messing with the low vibe people. Y'all stay blessed and woke. Praying for Crip Mac. Thank you, Melly Mel, for all you're doing to keep us woke and updated. I appreciate that. There's so many updates I want to talk to you guys about. The brother, what was his name? The brother name Al Coley, political Abu Jamal, political prisoner. There's so much to talk about, but at this time we'll refrain from doing that right now, because we wanted to give our flowers to the brother Shaheed, and we want to understand this dynamic of which we're in right now, as far as what's going on in the world, where we're going, whether it's China, Russia, the Ukraine business, and all this other stuff is going with the Similac, the Infamil milk, and all that stuff. What's going on really with that? Things that your government is not telling you, hiding from you. All about this pandemic and the monkeypox. The monkeypox has now popped up. You got the coronavirus, which went to COVID-19, right? So we thought we had a handle on that. We created vaccinations and countless of people that had vaccinations, but still yet we're still getting sick. So more to come, brothers. More to come. So until then, peace. God's property. Go ahead and lock the door, because we are gone. We out.